Hello, once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the online ministry. Online ministry, we are still considering the family and marriage episodes, season 1. And today we are looking at episode 13B. Episode 13B. In episode 13, we are looking at marital or family conflicts. So far, we looked at what causes conflict, the possible causes of conflict in episode 13A. Episode 13B, we are going to look at the conflict resolution styles. Conflict resolution styles. 5 of them. Now, somebody said by the names Dale Carnegie that if you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. Think about it. Think about it. Conflict resolution styles. Now, in the year 1970s, someone by the name Thomas and Kilman identified 5 main styles of dealing with conflict. They argue that people typically have preferred conflict resolution style. However, they also note that different styles were most useful in different situations. So I want us to look at style number 1. The first style of resolving conflict is what is called competitive style. Competitive style. It is also referred as win-lose method, whereby it includes taking a firm stand and knowing what one wants, usually pursuing own goals at the expense of the other person or the other partner, habitually operating from a position of power drawn from things like position, rank, expertise, or persuasive ability. It is often said that a competitive style is where someone stands up for their rights. It is useful when the decision is unpopular and a decision needs to be made quickly, or when defending against someone who is trying to exploit the situation selfishly. However, when used in less urgent situations, it can leave people feeling unsatisfied, bruised, and resentful. Conflict resolution style number 2, accommodating style. Accommodating style. It indicates a willingness to meet the needs of the other person at the expense of the person's own needs. A person with this style is both an assertive and cooperative, which is the opposite of competing. The accommodator often knows when to give in to others, but can be convinced to surrender a position even when it is not warranted. Accommodation is appropriate when peace is more valuable than winning, when the issue matter more to the other party, or when one wants to be in a position to collect or on this favor given. However, people may not return the favors, and overall, this approach is unlikely to give the best outcomes. Style number 3, avoiding style. People tending towards this style seek to evade the conflict entirely and are unassertive and uncooperative. This style is characterized by assigning controversial decisions, accepting default decisions, and not wanting to hurt anyone's feeling. It can be suitable when victory is impossible, when the controversy is unimportant, or when someone else is in a better position to solve the problem. According to Thomas Kilman, 1970, he alludes that a person with this type of style will naturally postpone dealing with a problem or sidestep dealing with it at all. In many situations, this is a weak and ineffective approach to take because when one avoids conflict, he or she are neither trying to achieve results nor addressing relationships with other people. Rather, one simply does not want to deal with a conflict. Now, people who employ avoiding strategies retreat from the issue on a physical or emotional level, as it is supported by somebody known as Dumlao. Communicatively, they change the topic, disclose little, and stop communicating to get away with the issue. Style number 4, collaborative style. People tending towards a collaborative style try to meet the needs of all people who are involved in the conflict. They are both assertive and collaborative. Such people can be highly assertive, but unlike the competitor, they cooperate effectively and acknowledge that everyone else is important. Now, this style is useful when you need to bring together a variety of viewpoints to get the best solution. When there has been a history of previous conflicts in the relationship, or when the situation is too important for a simple trade-off, collaborating may take the form of exploring the disagreement in an open and frank way, or trying to find creative solutions to a problem. Number 5. Style number 5, compromising style. People who prefer compromising style, they try to find a solution that will at least partially satisfy everyone. Mhm. The aim is to find some mutual acceptable solution which will partially satisfy both parties. Compromise is useful when the cost of conflict is higher than the cost of losing ground. When equal strength opponents are at a standstill, and when there is a deadline looming. When people compromise, each person partially meets the other's demand, and it sometimes means sacrificing important needs. However, it is not usually and it's not unusual for both people to walk away unsatisfied from a compromise. Having said that, I just want to point out 7 possible choices when confronted with conflict. Possible choices: avoid them, giving in, being passive aggressive, bullying, compromise, problem solve, honor. Now, perhaps the most common response is to avoid conflict avoidance. Now, you need to note one thing. I know you're asking yourself, listening to all these 5 styles, which one is the best? Now, note that as the styles have mentioned, no one style discredits or undermines the other. Though it is my intention as I present this that as a marriage, as a family, you need to identify the best approach for you, the best style. Now, where one style works best in a certain marriage, it might not work in another marriage. Therefore, as couples, and based on presenting reasons for the conflict plus the outcome, if not well resolved, one can try out any given style. However, in our next episode, episode 13, part C, we are going to look at simple, practical ways of resolving marital conflict. Thank you for joining. Thank you for working with us. May the good Lord bless you. And once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. Feel free to share, feel free to subscribe. That way, you'll continue seeing us moving. I'm motivated by everyone who views. The single person that views this presentation is an encouragement to me as a presenter, as a content creator. Equally, everyone who is subscribing, you give me motivation, you give me the zeal and the impetus to continue producing. May the good Lord bless you as you look forward to episode 13C, conflict resolution, how to resolve conflict in a practical manner. God bless you. Keep safe.